Match day 1 in the Jamaica Premier League continues on this second day as Portmore United take on Dunbeholden in a matchup a lot of people are anticipating. As we take a look at Ricardo Morris, 28 years old now, hoping that he is fit for this season as we're on the way here at the UEJFF Captain Horace Burrell Centre of Excellence as match day 1 continues. The third game of match day 1 on this second day. Just one game being played today. And let's see what happens in the opening stages of this one. Portmore United, of course, in their white tops and the blue shorts. Dunbeholden in blue tops and red shorts. Morris gets his first touch of the ball. Usually a player who would like to dictate the pace of the game as one is sent long, but it's too far in front of Jevic McFarlane.
We saw there Dunbeholden elect to back off Portmore building position, which is the opposite here as Portmore is putting pressure high up to stop Dunbeholden's build-up play.
Carter Bibi Gardner, head coach of Portmore United. Usually at these matches he would have been ably supported by one of his closest friends, Usain Bolt. But I'm almost sure that he will be watching right now. As Portmore forced to defend, Dunbeholden trying to feel their way out of trouble at the back. Hyatt does the safest thing, and in doing so almost destroyed one of our cameras.
Yeah, so Portmore trying to, as I said, stop Dunbeholden from playing out from the back. They'll have to now play a lot of long balls where Portmore figure that it can win the ball and start to keep possession, play their game.
Atkinson was trying to send that long against intercepted. A little bit sloppy in the early stages of this one, but yes, I'm sure it will settle down soon.
First game back in 15 months.
Yeah, it may take a while to settle. Hopefully not 15 months though. Curtis Hamilton, of course, looking on eagerly. Coach of Dunbeholden. You know, you can't help but think what proposition awaited this Dunbeholden team had Tremaine Stewart been a part of it, and how they would shape, especially moving forward in attack.
Yes, Tremaine Stewart, Keith Simpsons, Delano Barnes, Cleon Price, all of those players missing.
Free kick now for Portmore United. Ricardo Morris is the one who spotted this. They've sent several players inside the box. Portmore United, I count, what, 6 lurking inside the area. This needs a good delivery, decides to lay it off, and he's trying to feed
Morris
him back as he made his way inside the box.
I think he had a great opportunity there to put in a cross for the 6 players who you mentioned were in starting positions in the penalty area.
Sometimes the obvious play is the best one, but he decided not to go for the obvious, and Seagull Knight couldn't find him back. Here's Portmore again. They've had the majority of the possession. Players must love playing on this surface. So smooth, so predictable, the bounce. Even if it takes some getting used to based on what they're used to playing on. As a challenge coming in, a harsh one from Saniki Burton.
Formerly of Portmore United.
As well, yep.
So Portmore lining up in a 3-5-2. Reed, who was on the end of the foul there, is playing left wing back. We see Solomon and Myers here, 2 of the back 3 along with Rousseau. Demario Phillips is as right wing back. And Seagull Knight, Basco, and Ricardo Morris, 3 midfielders supporting McFarlane and Rafiq Bryan as the 2 strikers.
The wingbacks have there's one of them, Demario Phillips. He would have a lot of work to do tracking back for Portmore United. And over on the other side, Omar Reed, as Not a proper connection behind that one as he tried to let fly from distance. Ron D. Smith.
And you're right about Phillips tracking back, because in a back three playing against a front three, that's a lot of 1v1 matchups that you don't want to.
Yeah, you'd want to avoid it as best as possible, huh?
As a defending team, yes. So Phillips and Reed will be expected to close those spaces out wide to help Portmore form a back three.
Here's Phillips on the ball. Back to Siegel Knight. Phillips makes a run, but Knight didn't spot him. Nice turn there as he moves forward, Rafiq Bryan. Still trying to get his first goal in the Premier League, actually. The former Jamaica College player. He's been in the league for some time, but he hasn't quite made that transition to the senior level, Rafiq Bryan. But he comes into this matchday squad wearing the number 10 for Portmore United, and that's probably just additional pressure on the former JC player.
I think what supports him here is that it seems that the team is built to augment his qualities. He is strong, he can hold up play, he's quick and he's good at dribbling. So he has a partner around him rather than playing as a lone striker. He has that supporting player that he can bounce off.
Of course, he would have struggled with fitness as well. So the hope is that he's fit and ready to play this one. And this season, actually. Ball played inside, it's a good one. Shot on the volley over the top. Tried to get control of that as best as he possibly could, but couldn't quite keep it down on that occasion. But it was a big chance there for Dunbeholden.
Yes, Portmore defending 3 against 2 here at the back post, but the ball still fell to Kimoni Bailey of Dunbeholden. Couldn't control the shot. Good idea in terms of waiting on the ball to come down, but the execution still a bit off. But that seems to be one area Dunbeholden can look to exploit.
Portmore United doing their best to get out of the defensive third. Proven to be a little difficult at the moment. Phillips deciding to go all the way back to his keeper, Kemar Foster. Foster, of course, the keeper, would have been there and thereabouts around the Portmore United setup.
Yes, I remember with UA playing in the playoffs to get promoted. Portmore was one of those teams we had to play against. Both teams got promoted in 2015. Foster was the goalkeeper then for Portmore and still is now.
Wants to solidify his spot as Portmore's number 1.
Yes, and he has good competition. Eric Williams is there as well.
No, not bad at all. The movement from the middle of the park from Shaquem Powell, who's making his Premier League debut, the number 21 player for Dunbeholden. Hasn't shown any sign of nerves at the moment, but the interception is made. Portmore United trying to counter. Phillips looks up, sees Bryan, decides to go at the back post to Morris, heads it across, looking for Bryan. The keeper is out there. The flag goes up though. It's offside against Rafiq Bryan, who was trying to put that one in off the rebound. And the player is down for Portmore United. He's going to get some attention now, Phillips. As we take another look. And yeah, it was pretty close, but I think it was too far forward, just a little bit too far forward there, Rafiq Bryan.
That's one of the advantages for Portmore United now, playing with wing backs. We saw Phillips challenge for the ball against Atkinson at the halfway line. Phillips won that ball and got by Atkinson, forcing Shaquille Dyer to come out wide, which forced Dice to come across. A cross came in. Ricardo Morris at the back post, but tried to cushion his header for Rafiq Bryan, setting him up instead of going for it himself, but to no avail there.
Phillips already doing a lot of work in this match along the right flank for Portmore United.
And he would have been accustomed to playing as a central midfielder, a number 8 perhaps, rather than as a right wing back.
Yeah, but usually when you have speed as he does, it's almost always tempting to put him along the flanks.
Yes, and with the inclusion of Ricardo Morris in the Portmore starting 11, then Phillips has to do with a space on the wings.
Of course, the players are playing on this artificial turf. Based on your knowledge, would they appreciate this a little bit more based on what they've been accustomed to over the years?
Definitely they will. One thing though they have to get used to is the ball moves different on this turf as opposed to grass. On this there's much more friction caused by the rubber pellets in the turf.
Omar Reed trying to beat his marker, and in the end coming to the foul according to the referee. Of course, Omar Reed trying to make an impact with this team as well. Won the double with Clarendon College in 2019. Omar Reed, you know, his nickname is Benteke, which I really think is a joke, but we get the sense of humor behind that one. But a diminutive player, obviously, Omar Benteke Reed.
Good left foot.
Morris intercepting there. Brian slowing down the pace a little bit, finding Phillips, who utilizes that speed I told you about. McFarlane going wide, and didn't have the power to out-muscle Shaquille Dyer there. Former national under-20 player as well, Shaquille Dyer. Just 25 years old. Wearing the number 33 for Dunbeholden.
And you see here Portmore again pushing up, trying to stop the play from Dunbeholden in their own half. So there's no chance for Dunbeholden midfielders turn.
Yeah, Ricardo Morris doing very well, but the challenge coming in. Had to from Saniki Burton there. As Morris was trying to skip by him.
With the wind blowing to the goal that Dunbeholden is attacking, I figured that they could try to play out long in some of these occasions.
Emilio Rousseau playing it all the way back to his goalkeeper. Solomon now looking for that long ball. Phillips couldn't beat his marker. Portmore will try again. Myers back to Foster.
Very patient from Portmore, not forcing the play but trying to move the ball from side to side with the intention of moving the opponent.
Dunbeholden proving to be disciplined in this regard. Phillips collects. Portmore with the majority of the possession so far in this one at 58%.
While Portmore passes from side to side, I think they have to start looking in between the lines, so passes like those will get by Dunbeholden because the space between the midfield and defense is very open for Dunbeholden. But Portmore seem not to be playing that vertical pass in between the lines to gain advantage up the field.
Fallon was trying hard to apply the pressure there. He's been doing a lot of running. So to Ricardo Morris. Reed. Right, no issues there. Now here's Dunbeholden. Was waiting for that call, Taniki Burton, and he got it. Free kick to Dunbeholden. Basco with the infringement. Yeah, panicked a bit as he lost possession there.
Dunbeholden's advantage, given their system, would be the wing backs for them getting most of the ball, because Portmore defend with the two strikers very narrow, but they can't capitalize on that advantage.
Here's Dunbeholden. Can he keep it in play? Only for the defender. Omar Reed looking for the options. Morris. Challenge from behind. Free kick to Portmore in their own half.
And Andre Dice, former defender for Portmore there, would understand the danger posed by Ricardo Morris. Not allow him to turn, tracking him all the way up into Portmore's own half, committing the foul there and giving his team time to recover.
Making his 99th appearance, Andre Dice. 49th appearance for Dunbeholden. So on the next match day, you'll have a couple of real milestones to look forward to. Andre Dice.
That is good play from Portmore, but they lost position there with Basco. Those are the passes I'm talking about. Playing vertically in between the lines, using the up, down, through passes rather than the sideways passes all the time. That will get them up the field much quicker, keeping possession.
Atkinson committing the foul there on Phillips.
A lot of fouls happening in the first 17-18 minutes of the game thus far, especially in the midfield area and out wide.
Seagull Knight. Brian. Oh, he does well, Rafiq Brad. Trying to get from a third challenge. Needed the passing option. Too far away from Ricardo Morris on that occasion. Nice first touch. Basco was looking for the free kick here. None was forthcoming.
And this is an advantage now for Dunbeholden.
Let's see if they can take advantage of it.
It's 4 against 4, but the pass by Randy Smith was too heavy for Kimoni Bailey there. So the transition moments are very important for Dunbeholden, with Portmore pushing the two wing backs to create width in attack. Then they leave themselves exposed on the sides in the transitions. Dunbeholden will need to be mindful of where those spaces are vacated by Portmore and try to attack through there. So just as we saw there with Bailey moving down the sides, just the execution of the pass from Randy Smith letting the team down there.
Knight, long service ball, looking for Rafiq Bryan. Bryan inside the box, and the whistle on the play. Free kick goes the other way. Bryan wondering why, but Dyer doing just enough there to deny him. McFarlane back to Myers from one St. Lucian to the next. Go all the way back to Solomon. Rousseau. Morris committing the foul there. Saniki Burton actually getting a call in his favor as opposed to him committing the infringement. Free kick to Dunbeholden, who was being pulled back there by Morris.
Fair call there from referee Nemark.
I wonder what happened there. Okay.
Both players there seem to be grappling and tussling. I guess Reed's height was a disadvantage to him there with Miller swinging or moving his arms and catching him inadvertently.
And it's literally junior against senior. You know, Mark Miller, 34 years of age. Of course, he was previously with Waterhouse, making his debut actually for Dunbeholden in this game.
And before that at Harborview.
Yep.
If we look at our Portmore defending here, look at the right side where Mark Miller is. That's a lot of space for them to get the ball to. Rather than play direct, I would say play short to attract Morris, McFarlane, and Bryan, and then they can get the ball wide.
They're going to take a brief water break, of course, but wasn't as hot as it was yesterday here at the UE JFF Captain Horsborough Center of Excellence. But the players, of course, having not played football for a long time, will still need it as they get back to full match fitness.
And also an opportunity for the coaches to address their team tactically here, rather than just offering hydration. There we see Curtis Hamilton signaling to his players that maybe they need to be playing with a little more wit to stretch Portmore, but it's a good opportunity to punctuate the game and give the coaches opportunities to make coaching points after every 22 or 23 minutes.
You speak about width and you take a look at the Portmore United lineup and Emilio Rousseau in particular. Of course, those who follow football in Jamaica at the schoolboy level would know that he was a standout name for St. George's College. 21 years of age. Emilio Rousseau, there he is, number 23. We're used to seeing him playing in the left back or left wing back position, but he's now forced to be in a much more stationary role at the left of the centre backs.
And that's because of their rebuild as well. They would have lost a couple of senior players, and then he has to step into that left centre back position. But that gives them a good opportunity to build the play from that side and also to join the attack with Omar Reed from a deeper position. Yes, many persons expect him to be the widest player on the left side, but this gives him a good opportunity, given his ball handling skills and his understanding of the
And
game.
his passing as well.
And his passing ability to play in that playmaker role there, especially against a team that plays with one striker, where the two wide centre-backs for Portmore in the back three will be the free players to build the play.
I know he's obviously a junior player, but he's a dead ball specialist as well.
And we expect that when the opportunities come around the box, he would step up.
So we're about to restart here.
A lot of direct play from Dunbeholden. Not seem to be working out for them.
Ron D. Smith, haven't seen a lot of the ball from him. A couple of misplaced passes. Needs to have a better impact on the game. Ron D. Smith, a former Portmore player.
He's very good at holding up the ball, so
yes,
if he's not getting that supply in, then you won't see him as much. Hold up play, shots from around the 18, that's his game.
And speaking of supply, haven't seen a lot from Javon Cole as well. But of course, he's still a youngster, as Dunbeholden forced to defend. They have to move this quickly, and they do relatively well. What can be done here? For Dave Murray, trying to find Smith. Murray continuing his run. Ball didn't reach him. Phillips from Morris. Not afraid to start again from the back. Knight. He was also another outstanding schoolboy football player for Clarendon College, I believe, Siegel Knight.
Call him Pele. Would have won the Doncaster Cup in 2014.
Well, here's Omar Reed. Lovely delivery, punched away by Hyatt. It was a dangerous ball, and Portmore still with it now. Siegel Knight with the effort, it's high. And finally some goal-bout action from Portmore United.
Yes. Playing direct there from Portmore, switching the play. Reed putting in a good cross. A little bit too close to goalkeeper Hyatt, who decided to punch rightfully rather than try to call it that one.
If he missed, that would have been the easiest goal Rafiq Bryan would have scored in his career, because he was right there at the doorstep. Still looking for his first goal in the Premier League, Rafiq Bryan. Here's Phillips. Here's Knight. Alvinus Myers. Phillips. Back to Morris. Play continues.
That's what I'm talking
Looking
about.
for a through ball, but Hyatt coming through to collect, as Javon Basco was trying to make that run there.
Every time Portmore attempts that vertical pass from the midfield area, they split Dunbeholden's midfield and expose their defenders. Just need a little bit more quality on the end of those passes, holding up or either laying off and having runners in behind, which would give them better opportunities at creating goal-scoring chances.
Free kick to Dunbeholden. Dyer. Miller looking for the give and go.
And there we saw with the back three, Reed, the left wing back for Portmore, stepping out to pressure the right back for Dunbeholden, Mark Miller. He's a little bit late. Miller plays inside and they get behind him. Just that Kimoni Bailey couldn't get that pass facing forwards where he could go at Rousseau. So it's the execution that matters. Or it's the execution that decides whether or not the play progresses or not.
Line of players on the edge of the penalty area for Dunbeholden. Didn't even reach there. usually provides better deliveries, Mark Miller. There he is again, looking for a decent cross this time. It's not a bad looking one, it had to be cleared out of the 6-yard box. Dunbeholden still trying to apply the pressure. Powell. Miller's delivery. Cleared out. Reed almost won that header there. And in the end, the free kick goes in favor of Dunbeholden, which looked a little bit strange to me, that decision.
So in the space of 1 minute there, Mark Miller attempted one, wasn't the best. I guess that's 15 months of inactivity, but the other two proved true to his tendencies over the years. 2 brilliant crosses, both not attacked by his forward players.
It's a rough game, this one. And now there's a free kick for Dunbeholden. 12 fouls committed by Portmore United.
This one suits the left foot of Kimone Bailey. The wind is in his favor here. Once he can get this up and over the wall, then Foster could be in problems for Portmore United.
It's Miller! Pushed behind for a corner kick.
Great execution there from Mark Miller. Opting to go around the wall instead of over. Using the whip and also the wind to his benefit there.
Corner kick to Dunbeholden. At the near post. Not a lot could have been done with that one. Miller gets it again. Morris. Miller did get a piece of the ball, but a lot of Morris.
For the majority of the game thus far, Dunbeholden choosing to attack down Portmore United's left. But in the last couple of minutes, they have switched that focus of attack to the right side, which seemed to be working out more for Mark Miller up against Omar Reed.
Yeah, they're trying to put pressure on the youngster. That's a wonderful ball to Rafiq Brown. Forced to get outside of his area. Said Rafiq Brown, it's actually Rafiq Bryan. Inventing a new player by the day. That's also 15 months worth of inactivity. Yeah, he had to get hold of this game again. That Omar Reed getting the other card?
Seems to be.
Or was it Rousseau? We'll get confirmation in just a little while. But it's Javon Cole who's getting some attention. I haven't seen a lot of him in this game as yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first caution of the game.
Arm to the face.
33rd minute, number 23.
So Rousseau, the left centre back, is on a yellow card. And you have a first timer, Omar Reed, making his debut. That should be some signal for Dunbeholden that this is a side we need to play more on.
Rousseau was way up the field committing that infringement. Dunbeholden actually kicking with the breeze at the moment. Certainly would want to make use of it before the halftime interval.
Dyer muscling Brian Deere off the ball.
He's winning the contest more often than not. Here's Dunbeholden now. He skips by one challenge, sends it off wide. He has some space to work with. Just the one play inside the box now, though. Well, that didn't work out well. Kimoni Bailey.
Opportunity wasted there.
Everybody in the box, man. Come on, man. If the fucking spear, no man, I try to get the pass and get there in the back line, man. You can't turn over there right there, so everybody committed, man.
56% possession right now for Portmore United.
Second ball! Second ball!
Coming down from 58% as Dunbeholden try to get more and more in this encounter. Free kick to Portmore United in an interesting position here.
Hey, we avoid that. We don't want to know them intention. Top next time, we avoid that.
Let's see what Portmore decides to do with this opportunity. We have made reference about the wind, so it will be against Portmore here. So I think a strike from here direct to goal shouldn't be troubling Hyatt that much, but we have seen stranger things happening in football. And Solomon, who is an excellent striker of the ball, is lining up behind this one.
Ricardo Morris is there with his left foot. Deflected effort, and in! Portmore United with the lead. Morris will take the credit. But for Portmore United, they really don't mind. They've had the majority of the possession in this one. And with less than 10 minutes to go in the first half, they have the advantage over Dunbeholden.
And we mentioned stranger things, Donald, and this is one case here where we have seen such. The ferocity of the strike, not so much that would trouble Hyatt, but the deflection, big in that case, of Shaquille Dyer's back.
To have gone wide, you know.
Deflection, come again.
So certainly heading wide. Obviously the goalkeeper was wrong-footed and he could not recover Damian Hyatt. And we'll see if that's going to be chopped down as an own goal. But for now, the credit goes to the kicker, Ricardo Morris. But that really was a wicked deflection.
The Dunbeholden attackers, Bailey, Murray, Smith, struggling to get into this game, struggling because of supply. Team playing a lot of direct balls, not getting the ball to feet or in spaces where they are more comfortable. And thus the ball keep turning over to Portmore.
2 far in front of Miller there. Even at his quickest, it would have been difficult for him to get there. Hyatt, of course, really could have done little with that one in goal for Dunbeholden, the former Arnett Gardens custodian. Represented the national team twice, and that really was cruel.
Dyer wouldn't be pleased when he looked at this replay. He was ducking there on a shot that was not hit with the greatest degree of power. Cost his team in the end.
Handled ball there. Miller headed away. Solomon. Knight with another header. Morris with the control.
We are lose out
What I'd love to see from Dunbeholden is Portmore playing a back three and the two wide centre backs a lot of the time covering in the wide spaces. I'd like to see Rondy Smith playing more against Solomon as the sweeper or centre back for Portmore United, and see how the wide ones adjust in terms of who covers or if they come inside to mark.
That's a lovely delivery. Oh, he needed to get there. He had to head that one away because there were about 2 or 3 players behind him looking to get on the end of that one.
Andre Dice and Kemal Atkinson waiting on that ball at the back post, but Phillips did well to defend there.
Player of the match so far, Demario Phillips, in my opinion. Doing some good work at the back as well as in attack. Portmore's number 9.
Pass.
Atkinson. Good work there at the back. Alvinus Myers.
Did well to shield off Murray there in that pass, but that shows what Dunbeholden should be doing more. Putting the ball on the ground and playing the short passes rather than direct. The direct play hasn't helped them that much in this half. And now they're a goal down, they'll need to exert more control or try to exert more control of their attacking play in this game.
Challenge was an awkward one there from Kemar Atkinson.
Formerly of UWI.
Phillips with the delivery, looking for Brian. Almost. Nice move from Phillips again. Fallin sending it out to Morris. Morris finding Reed.
Did well there rather than going for the direct option. Decided to keep possession of the ball.
Squeeze up! Squeeze up! Squeeze up!
Players will be feeling the heat with just about 2.5 minutes to go before the half-time interval, plus the time added on for stoppages. McFarlane committing the foul there. Hasn't had the easiest of time, Jevic McFarlane. Of course, he'll be eager to impress. Not to mention the fact the entire island of St. Lucia looking on, hoping that he impresses in the Jamaica Premier League powered by Digicel.
Not involved in the game technically with the ball coming to him, but doing a lot of work off the ball to stop Dunbeholden from playing out and hassling. So he's trying to get himself into the game.
Myers also trying to get himself into the game, finding his countryman, McFarlane. He's going to need a little bit more strength to get the better of one Shaquille Dyer. That was much ado about nothing, as he just booted it into touch after all of that.
Had a chance to play it earlier there and decided against it. Searching.
Portmore United looking comfortable though, that's the thing. Myers doing well, running into space, referee in the way. And,
I'm impressed with Myers so far in this game. Getting the ball in the right centre-back position. When he's pressed, he doesn't seem to be fazed by it.
Not at all.
Choose to dribble inside and then make the pass, or dribble outside and make the pass, which is very good to see that level of comfort there in that position. So he can be a playmaker for them as a centre-back, rather than giving away possession every time.
Phillips getting the return ball. Ball played inside. Reed is trying to apply the pressure. Good movement outside the coming out of their own area though, and that's was kept in play. But Dave Murray looking for some assistance now as he cuts inside. Can't get by Phillips. Atkinson picks it up. Now it's with Powell. Powell deciding to go all the way to Mark Miller. We're into stoppage time. Can Dunbeholden get the equalizer? Rodney Smith again not having the best of times. And here's Portmore United. And will the play be called back? A player is down. Referee's ignoring him at the moment. Dunbeholden on the attack. And now the game will be stopped.
It's all about matchups in terms of both systems. Portmore United playing with 3 central midfielders. A lot of times, instead of a 1 number 6 and 2 8s, it's like 2 6s and 1 10 for them, which makes them very narrow. But Dunbeholden not spotting that placement or the positioning and playing around them to find their advantage. Portmore on the other hand doing very well to play between the lines and get their forward players in play as quick as possible.
Morris looking for the foul and actually got the foul.
The fourth official has indicated minimum of 2 minutes to be added at the end of the first half. So minimum 2 minutes is added to the end of the first half. Portmore United 1, Dunbeholden FC.
Morris couldn't find Reed. Morris has been working really hard so far, the captain. Leading by example in terms of the hustling in this game. Of course, he's also been on target, so to speak.
That's one for the dubious goals panel to decide who gets it there.
Yep.
Again, here by Myers, pressured by Murray, dribbles inside and picks a pass.
Yep. And it's with McFarlane. McFarlane, oh, he does really well. Brian is making a run inside the box, trying to find him. The clearance made though. Phillips picks it up. What can he do with this? Morris to Phillips. Phillips couldn't quite keep it under control. Morris getting enough. Reed back there. Has some space to work with. Morris back to Reed. Gets by his defender easily. Needs a good cross. Not the best. And Andre Dice collecting that one.
But here we saw the quality of Ricardo Morris. Tracking back to win that challenge and starting the attack again. So that's what experience looks like. You have to be showing those young players what it's like to work off the ball and provide that quality on the ball for Portmore United as well.
Stop playing. Step up. Look front way. Look front way. Hey, the reaction time too slow.
Seconds remaining in this first half. And it's a half that Portmore United will be pleased with.
Watch out, watch out.
Very good positioning there by Seagull Knight. Recognizing that Dunbeholden's 3 front players are putting pressure on his back 3. So he steps in behind and find that passing lane. So that pass from Solomon to him beats 3 players. It's less players for Portmore to contend with going forward. So that's the importance of playing behind the line, between the lines. Eliminates opponents, progresses the play.
Halftime here. Ricardo Morris's free kick. Welcome back to the UEJFF Captain Horace Burrell Centre of Excellence as match day 1 continues in the new look Jamaica Premier League sponsored by Digicel. Portmore United leading Dunbeholden by 1-0.
1 round of games only. Not seeing Portmore again in this round for Dunbeholden, so it's all about getting into that top 6 positions.
So the second half on the way here. Portmore United with the possession, with the advantage, and looking for Omar Reed.
And now with the wind behind them as well.
Yeah, they now have to be careful that their passes aren't overcooked because it is a strong wind behind them at the moment.
And this gives them the opportunity to step up and pressure Dunbeholden, because those long passes out of the back from Dunbeholden won't be travelling.
Phillips. Challenge there. And now Rondi Smith has 3 in support. Seal Knight was in the way.
While he had 3 players running ahead of him, he needed players coming behind him to offer that back pass, then they could play it forward. So there we talk about the compactness again. In transition, the team is not stepping up together. Then the passing options become very limited.
Kemar Foster with just the 1 involvement in that first half. Couldn't get by that challenge from Knight. Free kick to Dunbeholden. Miller and Foster in the action. A rear sight. Morris. Knight.
Knight has had a good game playing as a number 6 for Portmore United. Very steady. Tried to play a lot of direct passes early, but has since really settled the game for his team.
The game punctuated by the whistle on so many occasions in this match. 30 fouls committed in the first half, and we're pretty much continuing where that was left off.
I'm very happy to see how Rafiq Bryan's game has evolved from a tricky winger who tries to beat people with step overs to a more traditional centre forward, using the hold up play, sometimes dropping off deep and then getting in the box.
Cross at the back post, and Omar Reed was trying to get on the edge of that one. Morris doing well. Ricardo Morris trying to bend that one in. Still a chance. It's knocked wide by Javik McFarlane. probably came onto him hurriedly there.
Great work here from Morris, hustling Kimoni Bailey off and trying to curl that one or put it in the danger zone at the back post there.
But Fallon couldn't keep it in touch on that occasion. Throw into Dunbeholden. But he's getting more involved, the St. Lucian.
Very industrious player. Again here, Portmore stifling Dunbeholden's progression out from the back. We count 5 Portmore United players in that small zone, stopping their rivals coming out.
Nicely done by Mark Miller.
Needs support.
Well, he handled Omar Reed pretty well there. That's not a bad delivery. It had to be headed away by Myers, who's had a really good game. Alvinus Myers. There he is again on the ball. Rousseau. Back to Solomon.
And this is good game awareness and management from Portmore United. They won possession of the ball and broke away their 3 against 3 ball play to McFarlane. Recognized that Dunbeholden defenders are outnumbering them, so they played back and elected to keep possession rather than striving for progression up the field.
Here's a chance for Dunbeholden now. It's Rondy Smith. Needs a good delivery inside the box. It's deflected. The keeper calling for it. Didn't quite get there, so the chance for Dunbeholden. It's hacked out of the area in time before it proved costly for the Portmore defense. Is this where Dunbeholden steps up?
Getting a lot of traction here on the right side again with Mark Miller, Kimoni Bailey, and linking up the play with, you see, Rondy Smith coming across and Cole coming across. But they're not getting enough players into the box.
Miller must be really frustrated. The fact that he's short Omar Reed, it's quite easy for a hand to reach his face. Miller didn't like the call, but it had to be given.
Had to.
He was saying it's a normal player, that's his chest. Miller playing it inside. Oh, he needed a better first touch on that occasion. Rondy Smith may get another opportunity here. Smith inside the box. Smith! Oh, he placed that wide. Not at his sharpest, Rondy Smith.
Not at his sharpest there. Harried his shot and pretty much like stabbed it wide of the goal. Excellent coverage though by Myers, which put off Rondy Smith and forcing him to take that shot quicker than he would have wanted.
A little bit of composure was needed there. Had the option of going to his left foot, but it was it was never really going to be an option for him, really. Dunbeholden again. Ball given up by Shakeen Powell. Portmore trying to go the other way. Morris has some work to do, has a little bit of space to work with. 2 to aim for inside the box. And again, the Breeze just taking it away from both of his teammates. And the first substitution is going to be made. And, well, yeah, Dunbeholden, they've seen enough of Rondy Smith.
It's Dave Murray out and Johan Weatherly replaces him.
Over Dave Murray.
substitution unofficially in the 50th
Johan
minute.
Weatherly comes on. Of course, his father, Dean Weatherly, the coach of Cornwall College. Just to confirm that Dave Moore is the one who has come out, the number 10 for Dunbeholden. Randy Smith is still very much of the part. Well, we did not see a lot of Dave Murray in the first half or much of the second.
Not at all. Struggled to get in the game. Struggled to get any meaningful passes or action. And Coach Hamilton decides to try a different card. Bringing on here Weatherly, formerly of Mobile United. Call it Chip Chop.
Chip Chop. Usually names have little meaning in Jamaica, nicknames in particular.
I guess it's because of his height and his industry.
Chip Chop. All right. Here's Benteke. Sends this one to the edge of the box. The flag goes up for offside.
The intensity at which Portmore pressures the build-up plays waning right now. 56 minutes gone in the game. First game back in 15 months. Take some time to keep up that level of industry.
Portmore with 56% of the possession. Continuing where they left off in the first half. Yeah, too much on it. Not getting the weight of passes right, Randy Smith. But because of his experience, there's hope that he gets it right in this game as his team trails. Of course, Randy Smith would have come out of nowhere as he burst onto the national scene.
He's from Portland in Jamaica.
Manchonil in particular.
Played for a club called Manchonil.
Yep.
Serious goal scorer in the Super League in the Eastern Confederation.
Here's Mark Miller. Delivers this one inside. Took it down, did Smith, couldn't do a lot with it. Morris holding up the play well. Myers continuing. Demario Phillips with it now. McFarlane. Oh, a player is down. It's Rousseau. No, it's
Reed.
Omar Reed. There he is.
Reaching for his groin.
Second substitution for the Dunbeholden team out of number 16.
Kemar Atkinson is coming off now.
Kemar Atkinson, he was replaced by number 23.
So this is interesting from Dunbeholden. Atkinson playing at left back is out. Christian, who plays as an attacking midfielder or central midfielder, comes on for Dunbeholden. Let's see what they do here, but I know one option for them could move Saniki Burton to left back.
I anticipate that actually.
Yeah. Burton, who played left back for Dunbeholden and Portmore previously in the Premier League, could slot in that position and brings in Christian as an attacking midfielder, which would mean they are now playing one holding midfielder, Dunbeholden.
Well, they're going for it. They'd have to.
And two attacking midfielders.
I hope Omar Reed is fine, as we saw a few subs warming up for Portmore United. If I'm not mistaken, I think he had a few groin problems while playing at the schoolboy football level for Clarendon College. But he's back on the field now. Let's hope he's alright, as Dunbeholden pressing, and they'll win the corner.
Weatherly trying to get the better of Myers, who has been very impressive thus far. But the St. Lucian defends very well.
Corner can take it quickly. Has some work to do. Has some space now to work with. Fires the shot, it was blocked there. Kimoni Billy has been very active for Dunbeholden. They were screaming his name before he made that pass. Dice.
Here we see Saniki Burton in the left back position.
Burton back to Powell. Trying to dink this one inside to Ron D. Smith. Powell and Morris recovering there. Here's Dunbeholden again. Mark Miller on the ball. Ball delivered inside, headed away. Still a chance. Ball set up. Miller has it. Oh, nice movement. Wonderful stop. The chance! What a save that is!
That's Nicoy Christian for you, setting up that play for Johan Weatherly, getting his shot off, but tipped over by Kemar Foster.
That was a fantastic save from Foster. Fingertips on it. Denying a certain goal there.
And that's the quality that Christian brings you. Getting the better of his defender wide there. One will certainly see on the highlight videos coming out of this match day. That's the impetus that Dunbeholden needs with 30 minutes or so to go.
There's really some good movement there, and then the shot was fired in, and Foster had to react there. Trying to thread that one through the middle. Nicoy Christian there.
And continuing on the themes of nicknames, Nanko, that's Christian's alias.
You've got to be kidding me. And what does that mean?
I'm not certain of the etymology of that one,
okay.
But
all right.
That's what he goes by. It's bringing the quality here for Dunbeholden in the second half.
Oh, that's a late challenge coming in. Yellow card is going to be shown.
McFarlane. St. Lucian going in hard from behind there.
On Saniki Burton.
Asking the referee, what did I do?
Miller with the control, looking for the options.
Yellow card going to Portmore United, number
Smith.
12, David McFarlane, unofficially in the 65th minute. So that's
Powell.
number 12, Portmore United,
Christian.
David
Burton.
McFarlane, caution unofficially
Weatherly.
in the 65th
Burton continuing his run.
Excellent defending there by Myers.
He's been top notch. Gets a free kick too.
Wins a foul. I mentioned for Dunbeholden playing against Portmore is narrow midfield. Is that they need to shift the ball one side, invite them across, and trying to get it to the next side where they have less resistance and can go at Dunbeholden a little bit better. Has happened some instances here in the second half, but not applying it as much or as many times as they would want to get that equalizing goal.
Rafiq Bryan is coming off, still waiting for his first goal in the Premier League. First ever goal in the Premier League.
Out came number 10, Rafiq Bryan.
Tajay Brown is now on.
Number 29, Tajay Brown. So that's number 29, Tajay Brown, in for number 10, Rafiq Bryan for Portmore United. Substitution unofficially in the 67th minute.
Tajay Brown as well, formerly of Clarendon College.
Portmore United has a strong history, a relationship getting in Clarendon College. Former players, Demaria Phillips, Siegel Knight, Tajay Brown, Omar Reed. You think back to even Rudolph Austin from Clarendon College there.
Of course, their roots would have been in Clarendon as well. Hazard United.
And this is the second water break or hydration break for the players. 22 minutes in. We see Reed here walking on his heels, suggesting a bit of cramp. Stretching the hamstrings as well and the calves.
This is match number 3.
Well, we're just midway point of the second half. Dunbeholden, they've performed better in the second half. I suggest that they've probably had the majority of the possession in the second half. But they haven't been able to get the equalizer, and they've had a couple of opportunities, including one brilliant chance
From Weatherly.
Yep, John Weatherly, denied by Kimar Foster.
And one earlier from Rondy Smith, who had a little bit more time, but Myers sowed a seed of doubt in his mind, forcing him to take that shot early, which was stabbed wide by the striker formerly of Portmore United.
He's a confidence player though, is he? Because we've seen him score some spectacular goals, and well, that chance you'd want to forget as quickly as possible, and you can tell that doesn't have a lot of confidence within himself at this point in time.
And that's what goal scoring is about. The more you score, then once you get that first one, you mentioned even with Rafiq Bryan coming off, still yet to find his first goal. Once you get that first goal, especially if it's a worldie, then It's a different, more confident player coming into the upcoming games.
Well, we didn't see a world in this one, didn't we? What we saw was a deflected effort off a free kick, Ricardo Morris, and wicked deflection on the back of Shaquille Dyer it was.
Yes. Completely wrong foot in Damien Hyatt in the goal there. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Morris opting to try his luck there. And as we explained before, stranger things have happened, and indeed it proved to be.
Still no word if that goal will be credited to Ricardo Morris.
I guess for Ricardo Gardner, the coach, it's credited to his team, and that's what counts for him.
Yeah, I'm sure the captain would want his goal though.
Definitely.
And more importantly, Shaquille Dyer would want it off his name. Reed. Not dicking that one inside the box, but no problems there for Hyatt. Here's Dunbeholden now, moving forward. Yeah, he's now struggling, Omar Reed. Apparently there was a change that was made by Dunbeholden because Chevon James is now on the park.
So number 25, Javon Cole.
And Javon Cole was taken off.
So right back coming on in space of a midfielder. And from the looks of it here, Mark Miller tucking inside. Maybe he will play as a central midfielder now, leaving James to occupy that right fullback position. Here's James going for the ball. Mark Miller, you see, just inside there.
James. Challenge there, losing possession. Portmore United on the charge. Back to Ricardo Morris. Well, almost got through.
Ooh,
almost got through. Good vision there.
From McFarlane.
Yep.
That would have been a simple chance for Basco to finish against Damien Hyatt.
Yeah, but very good work there.
Andre Dye sticking out that size 12 to thwart that attack from Portmore United.
So Portmore United coming back into their own.
Portmore playing one short here as Reed continues to get treatment off the field.
I think they're going to replace him. And that change might come up shortly, if not now. In the meantime, another player goes into the referee's book.
Damari Phillips on Saniki Burton. Both former teammates at Portmore United and at Dunbeholden FC.
Portmore United number 9, Damari Phillips, caution officially the 74th minute. Same time, as we saw the entrance of number 26, Rivaldo Mitchell, who replaced number 34.
So Rivaldo Mitchell comes on for Omar Reed. Tajay Brown, who came on earlier for Portmore United, he has gone to left wing back where Reed was occupying, and Mitchell is now playing as that second striker with McFarlane for Portmore United. So a lot of shuffling there from Portmore, which is always a good thing for coaches, that you have players who can occupy multiple positions. Brings a degree of tactical flexibility for your team, so you can adapt to whichever situation you're faced with.
Yep, we're gonna get there. So the free kick to Portmore United. They really would want to wrap up this game because Dunbeholden so dangerous. Can they get a second goal here? More sense is too long though.
Not the delivery that Portmore United would want from their skipper there. And here we see Mark Miller as a central midfielder. Now the best of passes there. Pressure from Portmore United plus the wind in his face. Not much distance there.
Here's a chance again. Phillips taking the long route, losing his way in the process.
Seagull Knight down with what appears to be a knee by Bygrave, right on the tailbone there. Bygrave, who came on for Rondy Smith.
And it's got in, the second goal. And what an effort that was
By Rousseau.
Emilio Rousseau. Well, they were behind in terms of possession as Dunbeholden tried to get back into this one. But Rousseau with the second goal for Portmore United.
The momentum swung massively in this game, Donald, with some of the substitutions made by Dunbeholden. Lost the impetus that they got that when Christian and Weatherly came on. And all those changes slowed them down. Now Rousseau using the wind to his advantage with one from about 35 yards out, beating Damian Hyatt. Reminiscent of Michael or Binns' goal for Portmore United in the final against Mobile United some years ago.
Probably came quicker than expected. Hyatt there because he did get some hands on that one.
Number 2 for Portmore United, coming unofficially in the 78th minute. Goal scorer, number 23, Emilio Rousseau. So that's Emilio Rousseau, number 23, scoring the second goal for Portmore unofficially in the 78th minute. It's Portmore United 2, Dunbeholden 0.
Well, we are so used to seeing that from Rousseau at the schoolboy football level. As here's an opportunity. Oh, that has gone across the face of goal. Still a chance for Dunbeholden to pull one back, and that one goes behind.
Dunbeholden finally getting numbers into the box. We had 5 players there in the box trying to create problems for Portmore United. Bailey pulls back for Weatherly, but his shot is wide. Trying to up the ante again, Dunbeholden, but not getting the quality execution they would desire.
McFarlane turning on the afterburners, and Hyatt was there. James, Powell. The flag goes up for offside against Bailey, it seems.
Yes. You're wondering now if it's a little bit too late for Dunbeholden. 80 minutes. Oh no. That was a strange call there.
Yeah, he was well onside. Well onside. Rousseau.
Well done.
Brown.
Lacking a little bit composure there to just take down that ball and continue the passing sequence. But what we see here is that Portmore may have ditched the back 3 and gone to a back 4 with Rousseau in a more customary position as a left back. That's when they are attacking. But Brown still floating in between as a left winger and as a left wing back.
There's the ball inside. And again, too much on it. And players down. Yep, Powell.
Seem to be holding the back of the calf, which is just a bit of cramp.
Yep, first game in the Premier League for Shaquem Powell, the holding midfielder.
And he's off the field, so the referee doesn't have to stop the game for him.
So Dunbeholden temporarily down to 10 players.
Portmore will definitely use this opportunity to rack up a bit of passes and run down the clock, but lost possession there.
Well, here's Dunbeholden again, and trying to thread that one through to Bygrave. Just a bit of cramp there. Trying to get it all together. Shaquem Powell. Lot of space on this side. Salmon going to Rousseau. Ball played through. Just the one inside the box. Pulls it across. And Dunbeholden defense holding firm.
McFarlane was opening his arms, waiting on that one, which would have been a simple tap-in for him on his Premier League debut.
Yeah, whistle on the play now. That time of the game where we look at the candidates for the player of the game today. Couple of standouts for Portmore United, especially, of course, one of whom, Alvinus Myers, I think. The Mario Phillips also has had a good game as well.
Ricardo Myers,
the captain.
But my pick would definitely be Alvinus Myers. He has completely shut down that left-hand side of Dunbeholden's attack. Nothing comes through there. And he has been very impressive in building the plays from the back, in a back three playing for Portmore United.
There he is, the St. Lucian, 23 years old. Used to play for W Connection in the TNT Professional League. And he's going to be here in Bibi's side, Ricardo Bibi Gardner's side, for this season, for the 3 months here.
And I guess his presence on that side as well has given the Mario Phillips, who is a natural attacker, the security to play his game even though on the right flank.
Here's a chance. Christian plays it out wide. Bailey, well, the challenge coming in from Rousseau, who's also putting his hand up to be a candidate as well.
With that spectacular goal. I say spectacular moment of
Here's
the
the corner kick. Oh, that was a free header that he did manage to get a proper connection on. Big chance there for Dunbeholden to pull one back.
James, the substitute, arriving inside of the box, unmarked. Oh, not making the proper connection there with the ball.
Chance again for Dunbeholden. Sent inside, twisting and turning, looking for that additional yard of space. There was an appeal for handball there. Referee pretty much ignored it. Here is Morris on the ball now.
The transition is on for Portmore United.
McFarlane was calling for it. Furious with the bit. Well, did not quite reach him, did it?
Good retreating there from the Dunbeholden players. 5 of them getting back to thwart that attack from Portmore United.
The game is stretched now. Bailey. Christian. Back to Bailey. Whether they're trying to run through the middle. But Phillips doing well again. Goalkeeper Foster hasn't had a lot of work to do, bar that one brilliant save, denying Weatherly. Here's Tajay Brown. Solomon.
And they're just running down the clock now. First game of the season, they're up 2-0.
Here they come, Portmore. Almost threading that one through. Here's a shot that's over the top.
A corner flag at the end that Portmore defends has been blown over by the wind. Referee stops the play to address that.
With the flag standing tall, we can resume now.
Christian here dropping just in front of his defenders to get the ball. That's not where Dunbeholden would want him to be ideally positioned. He's very good at creating goal-scoring chances. And the further you move him away from the goal, then the less of those chances Dunbeholden get to create.
Well, they're hoping to create another chance here. Nothing doing. Morris getting the free kick.
Using his experience and his body there just to step in front of Bygrave, drawing the foul, taking some more time off the clock as well. And here we see who looks to be up here.
Phillips, yep. The Mario Phillips. James. Right on the edge of the box. Free kick to Dunbeholden. The yellow card shown to Seagull Knight.
Foul on Christian there could have been avoided by Portmore United. They had numbers around the Dunbeholden player. Didn't need to dive in there. Looks to be Basco rather than Seagull Knight. But an opportunity for Dunbeholden to get a consolation effort done out.
Yeah, just 3 minutes of time to be added on. Let's see what they do with this one. Effort over the top.
Foster's clean sheet is preserved.
Number 21, Javon Basco, unofficially in the 90th minute. So that's yellow card to Javon Basco of Portmore United, unofficially in the 90th minute. Substitution now for Portmore.
Just to confirm that the yellow card actually in fact went to Javon Basco and not to Seagull Knight, as I said before. So Basco on the yellow card. Well into stoppage time. Javik McFarlane has done his work for the day. Industrious. Looking forward to seeing much more of the St. Lucian.
Substitutions here.
But it's his countryman who has gotten the MVP for today, as Zane Hilton replaces McFarlane.
Zane Hilton. Substitution time 90 plus 1.
Here's Dunbeholden one more time. Burton sending this one inside, looking for the acrobatic finish. Was Weatherly.
Weatherly has been on the end of a number of chances for Dunbeholden since coming on as a substitute. Perhaps taking a claim to be a starter in Dunbeholden's next game.
This one delivered, headed away at the near post by Phillips. Christian losing it. Well, he did get away from a challenge there, but Dunbeholden recovering. James sending it long, looking for Weatherly. Myers lost it there, but he has recovered very well.
Gets a foul.
The man of the match doing man of the match stuff. Myers, Alvinus Myers.
This should be the final kick of the game now.
Well, that's the end of the match. And let's hope that's also the end of that.
Yes, it's not good for the game at the end here.
But after 90 minutes, Portmore United will be the ones smiling